I'm Tom Dyer. Today I'm going to be showing you 20 different variations of the behind the back Flair bartending move. That's the first one, and there's 19 more that I'm going to show you today, and they get better and better as the video goes on. So make sure you stick around until the end to learn all 20 variations. Now, when it comes to Flair bartending, there's not any one answer for every single move. There's many different variations, and you can become extremely creative with every single move that you learn. So don't just get stuck with that one type of move which you've learned and stay there. Figure out how you can adapt it, change it, and upgrade it so that your Flair bartending repertoire of moves can grow, and then your creativity will grow with it. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, so make sure you pause if you get stuck and repeat and come back and watch it as many times as you need. The first move is the flat throw behind the back. It looks like this. To do this, hold the bottle by the neck or by the body, however you feel comfortable, and you're going to throw it up without any spin whatsoever and land it in the palm of your hand. So we're landing it in a tennis grip. This is good for a working Flair, so if the bottle is half full to full up, you can perform this move without any spill. Number two, this is with a single spin. This is an exhibition Flair throw behind the back. The way we perform this is we're going to hold in tennis grab, so palms away, thumbs down, grab hold of the bottle. And you're going to throw this for a single spin, about shoulder height, and you're catching it in the same position, the same way as you did the flat throw, number one. Throw and catch, tennis grip. Number three behind the back is the same throw as before, but instead of catching it in tennis grip, we're going to catch it in beer grab. Like so. Number four is the helicopter behind the back. This is a helicopter movement when you throw in the bottle in a horizontal way. And this way we're going to catch after one or two spins. Start with one spin, and as you get better, you can go on to two spins. And as you see, we're catching it in tennis grab. So one spin or two spins. Okay, move number five is we're going to spin the bottle in the opposite direction, and we're catching it in tennis grip. How we do this is you're going to hold the bottle in beer grab like so, and you're going to learn to flick the bottle forwards as if you're going to flick into a pour, but you're going to throw it behind your back. So you need to flick forwards and throw backwards. And as you can see, I catch it behind my back upside down, so I just need to continue the movement of the bottle to stop any spillage. As you get better, you can do double spins as well. Number six is a bump to behind the back, which looks like this, and we're starting in tennis grab. We're going to throw the bottle up for a half a rotation. You're going to hit it with your arm. You see, if I hit it like this, then it's going to do a full rotation after that and land behind your back in tennis grab. So throw, bump, catch. Simple as that. Practice makes perfect, so give it a shot. Number seven behind the back is what I like to call a little push. Looks like this. And you can incorporate this into upgrading other moves, but I'm going to show you how to do this first. Starting in tennis grab, you're going to throw and you're going to catch the bottle. But you don't want to catch it when you do the move. You're going to catch the bottle on the base, and then you're just going to push the base of the bottle to do an extra rotation with the bottle. So as you throw up, you push and catch it behind your back in tennis grab. One more time. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now, if you take move number seven and move number six, you put them together, then you have move number eight, which looks like this. Yes. Next, we're going to do a tap to behind the back, which looks like this. This can be a tricky one because you've got to move fast and you have to learn how to do a tap. But we're starting in tennis grab, and you're going to throw the bottle up and learn how to do a tap. I have done a video on taps, which you can check out up there. It was very, very old, but it's a good way to learn how to do a tap first. From there, you still need to make sure the bottle is traveling backwards so you can catch it behind your back. So you're tapping it and pulling it towards you at the same time. Not too far, because you're still only catching it here, and you want to catch it in tennis grab. So once you do the tap, you need to make sure that you tap, it does a full rotation back, and then you're going to catch it in tennis grab behind your back. Yes. Move number 10 is a roll to behind the back. Looks like this. Yes. Ooh. So we're starting in tennis grab again, and you want to learn to spin that bottle in your hand like so. So I'm using my index finger and my thumb, and I'm spinning the bottle away from me. And as I spin, it's going up, then I'm sticking my hand underneath, it's rolling, and then dropping behind my back. So, just like this, and then you're catching it in tennis grab. Move number 11 is what I call a stop and drop. Looks like this. Yes. Woo. Many professional flair bartenders use this technique to be able to do one thing with one hand and manipulate something else with the other hand. It's really visual and looks really nice, and even with one bottle, it looks super cool. So we're starting in tennis grab again, and what you need to practice is to throw the bottle up and land it on your reverse forearm, okay? So you're gonna just learn to do this first, catch it, and try and balance it for a second. You don't need to hold it there, you just need to hold it there for a second, because then once it drops down, so you stop, once it drops down, you can go from this position, you're gonna catch it in tennis grab as if you're gonna pour the bottle onto the floor. So drop, and you're catching it in tennis grab. A little bit of movement may be necessary here to get your body over to catch it, but once you've caught it, obviously turn it over so you're not gonna spill it everywhere. Yes. One more time. Oh, I do like this move. Behind the back number 12 is an armpit tap behind the back. Looks like this. Yes. For this, you need to learn how to do the armpit tap, which is like this, and that's holding the bottle in a beer grab and learning that flick forward, which we did on move number 5. But instead of the bottle doing a full rotation forwards, you want to flick it up so it hits under your armpit here, and then it's going to go back over your shoulder and catch behind your back. You're going to catch in tennis grab. So all together, just like this. Move number 13 is an armpit tap with a bump, and it looks like this. Oh. So you need to learn that armpit tap, but instead of going backwards, you need to control it so it's going to come in front of you right here. Then you're going to perform the forearm bump, which we did on move number 6. Yep. And then it's going to go behind your back and catch in tennis grab. Behind the back move number 14 is the elbow helicopter. Looks like this. Now this is a super tricky one to get perfect, and you're starting in beer grab, and you're going to learn that same flick forward as we've done before, but you're going to do it sideways. So you're going to do it sideways like this and learn that first. Okay, so instead of here, hold it in beer grab, you lift it up and push it sideways. And then once it's spinning sideways, you're going to put your elbow into play. You want it to spin once. You can try more if you want. And then when it gets to this position, it's going to come off and you're going to catch it behind your back in tennis grab. Just like this. You can do this one fast or you can do it slow, but I recommend starting slow and building up to make it faster later. Behind the back number 15 is the gunsling forward. Looks like this. Super tricky one to do, but I really do like it. And you do need to learn how to do the gunsling, which is you're gonna push up and let the bottle roll around your thumb. And then from here, normally you'd let it roll around your fingers, but as it rolls around, you wanna pull the base of that bottle to give it an extra spin, so it does a double spin, and you're gonna catch it behind your back in a tennis grab upside down, okay? So thumb, fingers pull for a double spin to catch in this position. So practice that first. Thumb, fingers, and then put it all together. Yes, super nice, super smooth move. Move number 16 is similar to the previous one, but we're gonna do the gunsling backwards. Looks like this. This one is tricky because you're having the bottle on this side of your arm, doing the move, And then you need to push, and it needs to go over the top of your arm, and then catch it behind your back. So, first learn the gunsling, and the same principle as before. Finger, thumb, catch. Finger, thumb, catch. And you can do that after the thumb. You can do a single spin, or you can do a double spin. Whatever you feel comfortable. And then when you're confident, you put the whole thing together and catch it behind your back. Move number 17 is a backwards forearm bump. Looks like this. Yes. Now the trick with this is normally with the forearm bump, you would hit it forwards. But we're gonna continue the motion of the bottle, hit the bottle down like this, so that the bottle continues to spin and you catch it behind your back in tennis grab. So starting in tennis grab, you're gonna throw the bottle up quite high, and then when it gets to here, you need to hit down on the bottle, and that's gonna increase the spin of the bottle, and then you have to be quick to catch it behind your back. So you're gonna do this. So you can practice that first, so you can get the spin correct and try and control that spin, and then when you're confident, yes. It only needs to be a little tap, and then you've got it. Behind the back move number 18 is the same hand catch. Looks like this. Super tricky one to get, but let's look at the catch first. Look at my body position when I catch it. Okay, I'm in quite an awkward position, and I'm caught it like this. Okay, so that is the catching point. So the first thing you want to do is take the bottle, turn it upside down, and catch it there like that, so you can get the feel of the catch before you start throwing it. Then you need to practice the movement of your arm, because that's going to go up here, right? So you're just going to practice that in slow motion. Throw, grab, without any bottle. Throw, grab. And then you can start to throw and try and catch it. Single spin, I find it a little bit more difficult. Double spin, you have a little bit more time to get into position. Yes. Super nice move to do. I think you're going to love it. Move number 19 is the stall catch behind the back. Looks like this. Now the mistake that a lot of people do here is they bend their back like this, so there's this big arch. Now you do want to lean forward, but lean forward with a straight back, because that back is going to help the bottle balance on your arm. So the first thing you need to do is put your arm behind your back and make sure that it's horizontal, okay? And then put the bottle on it and get used to holding that bottle there so that you know your catching position. Then it's just a case of throwing and trying to catch it. Yes. See, I'm in a kind of awkward position. That helps my arm stay horizontal, but the bottle is there. And there we go. Right, now we've learned 19 of the 20 moves. I'm going to make the 20th move a variation of 3 of the other moves. So we're going to take the armpit tap, we're going to take the forearm bump, and we're going to take the little push. And you can put all 3 together to create the ultimate behind the back move. And if you get really snazzy, you can even try and add in an extra move like this. Yes. Yes. So there we have it, 20 variations of the behind the back move. All of these Flair bartending tricks are all achievable with a little bit of practice or a lot of practice. And there's many different Flair bartending upgrades that you can do on all of your moves. I hope that's helped you. I hope you get to learn all of those variations. If you take some of those moves and link them together to make other moves, please let me know. Tag me on your stories on Instagram and I will share them to my Instagram profile. And if you like this video, you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to smash that like button. Let me know that you like it. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified when I upload more videos like this. Before I go, I want to say a big thank you to all of these guys who are supporting me over on Patreon. You guys are legends, and I really do appreciate all of your support. I do post a lot more content. There's 3-Minute Thursdays, behind the scenes, deleted scenes, bloopers, and I will be doing live streams for all of my patrons where you can ask me any question on the subjects which we're going to be covering. The first one is happening on the 20th of March at 3 p.m. where I'm going to be teaching how to build a Flair bartending routine. This is going to be live. I'm going to take you through my 7-step process so you can learn how to do it for yourself, so you can create your own award-winning routines and learn all the secrets that I use throughout my 15-year career, winning over 80 competitions worldwide, including World Championships and UK Championships. So if you want to be involved, go check out. The link is in the description below, and I hope to see all of you there. I hope so. It's going to be awesome. One last thing, my merchandise has finally arrived. This is my Dynamicism t-shirts. If you want to grab yourself one of those, there is a link down just below the video if you want to get your hands on one of these. Super nice, super comfortable. I'm really tall, and these ones are nice and long. And yeah, I use these for practice. What do you think? Kind of snazzy, right? Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until next week, see you then.